Okay, how's everyone doing? My name is George, and the Snyder Cut of Justice League has finally come out, and it is a lot better movie. Warner Brothers really messed up back in 2017. This is the true vision of Zack Snyder. This is the true Justice League movie that we should have gotten back in 2017. Now, just to give a story about how I felt about the Justice League movie that came out in theaters almost 4 years ago, Justice League. I enjoyed it when it first came out, but I felt like something was wrong. And the more I thought about it, and when I went back to rewatch it, it had a lot of problems. Josh Whedon added humor that may have worked in the Avenger films, but doesn't work with these DC characters. And why'd it have to be 2 hours? Especially when Man of Steel was over 2 hours. When Batman v Superman, the, the film we got in theaters at least, was 2.5 hours, and then the extended version, which was a lot better, was 3 hours. Why do we need a 2 hour Justice League cut, especially being released in theaters? So now we got the 4 hour version of Justice League, and it is a vastly more superior, epic film. I think this is actually one of Zack Snyder's best films, or maybe even his best film. Yeah, I think it's actually his best film. Well, at least as far as like his DC movies like Man of Steel and BVS. Justice League I think is a lot better. Now it does have a couple problems. I'll get the problems out of the way, which was my only real problem was that there were certain things that were added on that I think didn't need to be in it. Like, I remember one scene, and this is a minor spoiler because for the most part the scene is similar to what we got in theaters. It's when Batman's trying to recruit Aquaman and he doesn't want to join at first. And after it, something happens and it feels a little out of place, it feels a little weird. But for the most part, the film is excellent. This is a great film with great special effects. Now, Ben Affleck's still great, a lot better than he was in Justice League. Gal Gadot was great, a lot better than in Justice League. Henry Cavill, same thing. No CGI hiding his mustache, that looked horrible. Jason Momoa was still great. The one that I think that stood out more were Flash and Cyborg. Now, Ray Fisher, we've been hearing Ray Fisher's the heart and soul of this movie, and he was. They really told his story well. This is also kind of like a cyborg origin story in the film, and it works well. Ray Fisher did a great job. It's very disappointing that things aren't going well between him and Warner. Apparently, Josh Whedon treated him and other members of the cast horribly, and Warner, for some reason, is not helping out at all, or they're not treating him fairly right now, and he doesn't want to stay on as long as certain people are still there, so it's a really sad situation, but he was great in the film. Ezra Miller, though, stood out. Now, he is the comic relief for the movie, or he provides a lot of the humor in the film, but the humor is still funny that he provides. Now, I will say this about the humor. The humor that was kept in the film that was also in Justice League, that was good humor. In fact, the things that were in Justice League that I do like were in this film. So it's easy to tell what was Snyder's vision and what was Josh Whedon's vision. But he stood out more, the Flash. He plays a bigger role, I think, in this film than he did in the previous film. And they did him justice, which is good because his solo movie does come out as of right now next year, and he does a great job in this film. Now, the villain. So Steppenwolf is a lot better in this film. I still don't think Steppenwolf's a great comic movie villain, but he is a lot better. He has better motivations. You understand why he's doing the things that he does. You understand his history with Darkseid. Ray Porter as Darkseid. Now, don't expect a lot of Darkseid in this movie, but when he's on screen, he is great. He is great to look at. Ray Porter does great with this character. Like, everything about him looks great. And I'm gonna say that about Superman as well. Don't expect a whole lot of Superman. Like, there's a few more scenes with Superman in this film than there was in the original cut, but there's still not a whole lot, but it still works. It still is great to see. These characters were given the justice that they deserve. The soundtrack was awesome. The special effects were great. The tone, like I said, this has a great mix of some light moments, some dark moments, but it all combines into something that's really epic. Something that we should have gotten. Like I said, this should have been the film. WB got cold feet. They were trying to be like Marvel. They don't need to be Marvel. I love the MCU as well, but it doesn't have to be the same thing. As long as they do their own thing. And just watching the film, it's also sad that we're not going to get some of the things that are set up. Like, the only two films that happened in the original slate as of right now in the post-Justice League world has been Aquaman and Shazam. Now, those two films are very good. I enjoy those films. But we should have gotten the Flash movie by now. We should have at least gotten the Ben Affleck Batman solo film, or at least one film. A Man of Steel 2, a Cyborg film, a Green Lantern Corps film, Justice League 2, and like, they haven't happened. And some of them might not even happen. Hopefully it does happen. I would like to see that stuff happen. There's still things in the DCEU from Snyder-Verse that's still there, like Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman's still there, Jason Momoa as Aquaman's still there, Ezra Miller's still going to be there as Flash. The Suicide Squad's still going to be there. The Suicide Squad movie is coming out later this year. And some of the cast members like Margot Robbie, Viola Davis are still returning for that, which I'm also very excited for. Ben Affleck, while he says he's done with the role, he is coming back in the Flash movie, and he did agree to do extra scenes with Zack Snyder, so maybe he could return. Maybe, I don't know. Henry Cavill's future is still up in the air. It sounds like he still wants to be Superman, but like I said, I don't know what WB's plans are with Superman. I hear they're going to reboot with another version of Superman that's not Clark Kent. I don't know what they're planning on doing. And like I said, the Ray Fisher stuff, like, I want to see Ray come back. I want to see things work out, but who knows what's going to happen. But all in all, this was probably one of the best DCU movies. I don't know if this is the best or my favorite DCU movie. It's between this and the first Wonder Woman. I still love the first Wonder Woman, but I think out of Snyder's movies, Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Justice League, this is probably my favorite. I love what they do here, and it's a 4-hour movie, but because of how entertained I was, because of how interested I was, it didn't even feel like 4 hours. Like, I had one break, but besides that, I went through the whole thing, and originally my break was going to be earlier, but I was so intrigued at what was going on, I had to wait till my break, because I was like, wait, what's going to happen? This is an epic movie. This is definitely one of the best DCEU movies ever made. I still don't know if it's the best. I have to probably rewatch it again, but even if it's not number one, it's number two as of right now, because like I said, between this and Wonder Woman, I'm still debating, but this is an epic movie. I'm gonna give Justice League an A. That's the same letter grade I would give Wonder Woman, for those of you who are still wondering. So they are tied at the same letter grade, but yeah, this was just an epic movie. I'm glad we got this. I'm glad Snyder's vision was finally shown. I hope he gets more movies. I hope they continue this verse, because like I said, so much cool stuff happens in here. Now, I do want to touch upon the epilogue. The epilogue, without spoiling, it's one of those things that I enjoyed, that it's great fan service. Some people might see it as unnecessary. Like, I know some people are like, they like the movie, but they see it as one of those things where if it wasn't in the movie, it wouldn't make a difference. But I loved it. I thought it was great fan service. I'm not going to spoil what characters are involved, but I just love what we see. And again, it's just more proof of what we could have gotten. We can still possibly get it, but according to some of the people from DC, they say Snyder Cut is a cul-de-sac, which I'm hoping it's not. I'm hoping as this film gets more popular that we get more movies. And like I said, that's my thoughts on Snyder Cut. This is an epic movie. And I'm going to compare this to Avengers. They're two different kinds of movies. I love both the MCU and the DCU. I love the Avenger movies, and I love this film. So I'm not playing competition. I'm not going to play favorites. I just enjoy these movies. I enjoy comic book movies, and I hope you enjoy this movie. If you haven't seen Zack Snyder's Justice League, go see it. It is worth it. At least take a break if you don't want to sit through the whole 4 hours. But definitely check it out. It's split into chapters and an epilogue, and it is beautiful, and I'm just glad Snyder's movie finally came out. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Look forward to more videos. Hopefully I get to do more reviews soon. I'm going to try to do a review on the first 2 episodes of Falcon and Winter Soldier this weekend. I wanted to do a review on the first episode, but the Snyder Cut has got me pumped and unfocused. So I'm going to rewatch the first episode on Friday as well as episode 2 and get a review this weekend. And hopefully, as more movies come out, I can do more reviews for those movies. Subscribe to my channel, share this video. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you next time. Peace.